Hello again, my name's John. I'm a retired chef from the northeast of England in the UK, and welcome to my latest bread video. In this recipe I'll be making these fantastic 100% whole wheat sandwich rolls. They're healthy, delicious and very easy to make. You can view the ingredients list and full written method for this recipe on the recipe page on my website. I'll leave links at the end and under the video, or just click on the eye icon top right of the screen. Before I go any further, I'd like to give a quick shout out to this week's Patreon and PayPal donators, and they are Erin Dunphy, Harvey Hall, Sarah Timpson, George Smith, Emily Carlin and Jeremiah Armstrong. And once again, thank you for your continued support, everyone. It really does help keep the channel going. Now, in this video I'll be using my stand mixer. But if you don't have one, or you simply want to do this recipe by hand, check out my cottage loaf video on how to knead bread dough, tips and techniques. There'll be a link in the description box to get you there, or you can just click the eye icon top right of the screen. Right, here we go. I'll start by adding the lukewarm water to the bowl. Incidentally, I've also warmed up the bowl with hot water prior to starting the recipe. And yes, I'll say it again. Always try to weigh all of your ingredients, including the water. It's the only way to be 100% accurate with your quantities. You will see a fantastic difference in your recipes if you just get yourself some digital scales. And what's even better, if you use the grams instead of the ounces, you can't go wrong. I'm not preaching, people, I'm just giving you the facts. Next is the 15 grams, that's 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. Or you can use olive or sunflower oil if you wish. Now I'll add the 500 grams, that's 17.5 ounces of whole wheat flour. I'm going to just dump it all into the machine. Whole wheat flour doesn't fly about all over the place like the finer white flour does. Next I'll add the 8 grams, that's 1 level teaspoon of ordinary table salt, and give it a quick mix into the flour. And finally I'll add this 7 gram sachet of instant dried yeast. You can use active dried yeast in exactly the same way. Just make sure you know it's alive and working before starting the recipe. I did a yeast test earlier and this batch is fine. These little 7 gram sachets are more expensive, but they're much more reliable. If you want to know how to test your yeast, check out my sandwich bread video. I'll leave a link in the description box below, or just click on the eye icon top right of the screen. Once all 5 of the ingredients have come together, set your timer. Whether you're using a machine or by hand, you need to knead the dough for 10 minutes. Okay, once the 10 minutes are up, get it out onto the bench and roll your dough into a ball. Then get it into a lightly oiled bowl as shown in the video. Cover the bowl. I use a shower cap for this, and set your timer for at least 1 hour. This time may take longer depending on the temperature of your kitchen, but no less than 1 hour. And just so that you know, my kitchen is 23 degrees Celsius at the moment, which is about 74 Fahrenheit, and that's just about ideal for proofing dough. While waiting for the first proof, you'll need to grease a couple of baking trays. I'm using a little lard to grease mine, but you can use butter, oil or shortening. And the inside dimensions of the trays I'm using are on screen. Right, that's the time up, and as you can see, mine has a bit more than doubled in size, which is great for the first rise. If yours isn't quite there yet, just give it a little longer, and remember this, the longer a bread dough takes to proof or rise, the tastier the finished bread will be, so don't worry about it taking a little more time. What I'll do now is knock the dough back. That just means knead it for a while until all the gas is out of it. This shouldn't take more than 30 seconds. Note the temperature gauge on my scales is showing 23 degrees Celsius at the moment. And as I have other stuff cooking in the oven, it's going to get even warmer in my kitchen, which is important when it comes to the second rise. Right, time to divide the dough into 8 pieces. If your measurements were correct at the start, your dough should weigh just over 830 grams, or just over 29 ounces. Mine's 832 grams, so that's easy. Each piece should weigh just over 100 grams, or 3.5 ounces apiece. Okay, once the dough has been divided, you need to roll each piece into a ball as shown. If you want to learn this rolling technique, check out my dinner roll video. I'll leave links to that one too. This next step is important. Allow the dough balls to rest for 5 minutes after rolling the last one. This will allow them to be shaped much easier. Now form the balls into discs as shown and space them out 4 on each tray. If you didn't let them rest for that 5 minutes, this part would be difficult to do. These will rise quite a bit, so make sure you leave enough space in between each one. Right, once they're on the tray, sprinkle a little flour over each roll and cover them with a clean, dry, lightweight cloth, and then set your timer. The temperature in my kitchen has risen in the last hour, so I'm going to try 45 minutes at first. If that's not long enough, I'll increase the time by an extra 15 minutes. But from experience, this should be long enough at this temperature, which is 24 Celsius, that's 75 Fahrenheit. When there's only about 10 minutes left on the rise, preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius, that's 356 degrees Fahrenheit or gas mark 4. I'm setting mine to 160 Celsius as my oven is fan assisted and it runs about 20 degrees Celsius hotter than indicated on the dial. Okay, they've risen quite nicely, and just as I suspected, it only took 45 minutes this time. Now, to give the finished rolls a more professional look, I'll sprinkle a little more flour over them before they go into the oven. Alternatively, if you'd rather add a few seeds at this point, just spray the rolls with a little water to help them stick and sprinkle a few seeds of your choice over them. Right, I'll get them into the preheated oven and set the timer for 16 minutes. And that's the time up, and they're looking fantastic, and they smell even better. I'll get them straight onto a wire rack and let them cool for 20 minutes before giving them a try. When these first come out of the oven, the crust is a little firm, but after 20 minutes or so they do go soft, which is exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, they've been cooling for 20 minutes and it's time to give these a try. These whole wheat rolls are wonderfully light and soft, ideal for making sandwiches with, and as everyone knows, a much healthier option than white bread. And it has a lovely soft and light close crumb inside. Time for a little taste of one of these wonderful rolls with some of my homemade butter. And they are truly delicious just on their own and so easy to make. I really hope you give these a try. I'm certain you'll give these the thumbs up too. And once again, please support my Patreon appeal, or you can make a one-off donation using my PayPal page. It really does go a long way towards ingredients and production costs, as every penny pledged goes back into my videos. And whether you've donated or not, thanks again for your wonderful support in watching the channel. Well, thank you again for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe by hitting the circle above. If you do subscribe, activate the bell icon next to the subscribe button on my channel page. And by doing that, you'll be automatically notified every time I upload a new video. And in the meantime, here's a few of my other videos and playlists that you may want to watch. So, until the next time, be safe in the kitchen and bye for now.